Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ortal Levitan, aka The Workout Unicorn, on all social media platforms. In today's video, we are going to cover shoutouts. Should you do them? Are they effective? Should you use them for growth? All of that. I'm gonna break it down for you. But before we get started, if you could do me a huge favor, give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out with YouTube's algorithm, and it makes sure that you never miss out on any of my awesome videos. So let's dive in. Shoutouts. If you guys have no idea what the heck a shoutout is, essentially it is just you featuring someone else on your page. It could be a post or a story or whatever, and they do the same for you. Usually, more often than not, you'll see story shoutouts because they're easier. People can just click through, or sometimes people don't really want to commit to a post on their page because, you know, that's very expensive marketing space. And so they'll usually just do it in a story, and also the story goes away after 24 hours, and so no harm, no foul. Now, that's just shout out for shout out. And usually the way you can do a shout out for shout out is to find other people in your niche with similar size following, with a similar audience, or, you know, so you think, because you can't really see their audience unless they share it with you. And you just, hey, send me a picture, send me what you want me to write. I'll do the same for you. And that way you guys kind of get followers. This is great. If it's just a shout out for shout out where there's no money being charged, that's cool. Even if, you know, their following is fake and they're not actually going to get you the visibility you want, it's just a feature on your story or on your page. It's not really that big a deal, so you're not really losing out here. But what I want to address more in depth is paid shoutouts. So as you guys might know, there are certain pages, the larger ones usually, if you want to get featured or you want them to give you a shout out, they'll charge you for it. So they'll be like, hey, it's $500 for an Insta story shout out. Now, if you're a small page and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at this person with like 250,000 followers and their page is the same as my page, it's like the same niche, I really like what they're putting out there, I want access to their audience, I'm willing to pay the $500 if I get a good return on my investment, right? That's what you would think. So sometimes this is legit. More often than not, it's not legit. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't care, y'all can hate me. More often than not, you are flushing your money down the drain. Goodbye, never to be seen again. So let's assume that, you know, you found a page that you really like and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to get featured. They charge $500, $1,000, whatever. You're like, okay, I'm willing to pay this. What are the things that you should look for? First of all, and these are non-negotiable, guys. I'm not saying this to be a stick in the mud or to be a pain. I want everybody to grow on Instagram. But trust me, you don't want to be flushing your money down the toilet. First of all, go look at their page. Go to their following and start scrolling through it. Do these accounts look legit? Are they fake? Are they real? Are they active? Do they look like they're active? That's the first thing. So go through the following, see what the following looks like. Let's say the following looks legit. Go to their actual page, like the actual content. Look through the likes, scroll through the likes. Do the likes look legit? Are the likes like very low? Are they very high? If you go through the actual people liking it, do those look like they come from fake accounts or real accounts? Next, go to their comments, scroll through the comments. How many comments are they getting? If they have, you know, like 1 million followers, but they're only getting like 10 or 15 comments, this isn't legit. Something's not right here. Even if they're getting like 250,000 likes, if the comments ain't there, it's not legit. Okay, so let's say you went through their audience, it looks fine, their likes look fine, their comments look fine. Run the engagement formula. I included it in a previous post of mine on my Instagram page, workout_unicorn. You can go check it out. Shoot me a DM if you want me to send you the exact link to it. And go run the engagement formula. Let's say that's fine as well, okay? Everything looks fine. Now, before you pay, guys, please ask them for screenshots of their insights, okay? And I'll tell you exactly what to ask for. If they're not willing to provide these, do not pay. I'm telling you, people should have no problem sharing insights. Anytime a brand collaborates with me or I work with a brand or I, you know, get a sponsor, they always ask me for my insights. They always ask me for screenshots of my insights, and that's totally fine. They want to know what they're paying for. You should do the same. If you're paying for someone to feature you on their page, do this like, you know, behind the scenes recon. You want to make sure you're going to get a good return on your investment. Have them send you screenshots. So you want to get screenshots of their page reach and their page impressions, just to make sure that, you know, the number of people landing on their page makes sense. If they have 1 million followers, they should have at least a 20% of those people having profile visits, at least 20% of them being their reach, okay, and their impressions. Now, after they send you that, make sure, and this is probably the most important one, the audience breakdown. You want a screenshot of the breakdown of the audience, men to women. If you're trying to attract women to your page, but they have 90% or 80% a male demographic, you're gonna be attracting the wrong people to your page, and so you're not gonna get a good return on your investment. So make sure they send you a screenshot of their audience insights, where these people are from and what the ages are, okay? You wanna make sure that the audience that they seem to have that you want to be paying for to come to your page is actually what you're gonna be getting. Because if they have, let's say you're trying to attract women ages 25 to 30 from the United States. Their majority of their demographic is 90% men from, the Middle East, and they're all 18 through 24. You're gonna get new followers, but they're not gonna be your ideal followers, and then what's the point? You might as well just go buy them because they're just gonna be worthless anyway. Does that make sense? Okay, so after that, let's say they send you a screenshot of their audience and it is the legit audience demographic that you want to attract. Cool. That is essentially all you need to do. If all those boxes are checked, you can go ahead and pay, and you're more likely to get a good return on your investment. Now, if you want to take it a step further, you can ask them to send you screenshots from previous stories to see what the visibility on their stories is, how many impressions they get on their stories, so you can kind of expect how many people actually see their stories. 10% of their audience is what should be. So for me, I have 250K. I have at least 20 to 25K view per each story. So make sure you want it around that. 10%, a little bit lower is fine too. And ask them for if they can give you insight on how other shout outs that they've done have gone. Okay, they might not have screenshots, but just ask them. So that's all the best case scenario, everything checks out. Now, what usually tends to happen is people don't know to ask these questions, so I'm not blaming you, but usually what'll happen, you'll go to a page, they'll be like, okay, we charge $500 for a 24-hour shout out, you pay the money, cool. What ends up happening is that in order to legitimize this transaction, for you to not feel jibbed or message them and be like, hey, I didn't gain any followers because your entire follower is fake and, I feel jibbed, I want a refund, what they'll do is you pay them $500 or $200 or $50 or whatever, they will go and buy 100 to 1,000 fake, really shitty, low quality followers in order to make it feel legit. And I'm not making this up, guys. People have come to me and told me about this, where they paid for a shout out, they paid for a feature, whatever, and then literally instantly, the second that feature went live, within 2 to 3 minutes, they gained 1,000 or 2,000 new followers. And they scroll through them and they're all bots, cheap farm bots, where it's there's no profile picture, the name is a bunch of numbers and random letters, and none of them are legitimate. And so what ends up happening, then they go back to the page, they're like, hey, what the heck? And the page is like, oh, blocked. And that's it. And that's basically the end of that. So in order to spare you guys this heartache, I made this video. And if you guys have ever been, tricked or something, shoot me a DM, let me know. I really want to learn more about this to help other people avoid making these mistakes. And I hope this video will help you avoid making any mistakes. And again, if they're not willing to share screenshots or share insights or answer your questions, they ain't legit. Trust me, any sponsor that I've ever worked with that gave me money asked me all these questions, asked for insights, asked for screenshots. Some of them even wanted access to my account through third-party servers or whatever. It's fine. If you're paying, you have the right to ask. And don't let them make you feel bad about asking. They're like, oh, you should trust me. No, you should not trust anybody on this app because you can literally buy everything. So I hope that helped. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comment box below. I'd be more than happy to answer them, or shoot me a DM at workout_unicorn. I answer all my own messages. And of course, if there's any content you want me to create, make sure to drop a comment below. Let me know. I love creating content for you guys. And before you leave, if you could do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe. It really, really helps me out. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you all next week.